Welcome. We're going to play a few rounds of Prisoner's Dilemma. We've been playing it all along, actually, but now I'll make the rules more clear. You and the other player are, for simplicity's sake, given two options each turn. One option reads the lesser of two evils. The other option reads third party. If you and the other player both pick option 1, then the Democrat wins. You both get -3 points, congratulations. If the vote is split, then the Republican wins. You both get -4 points. If you both vote option 2, the game ends, and the rewriting of the rules can begin. What is your strategy? To make things easier to understand, each point you lose can be a broken bone, perhaps a rib from an assault by a cop, or perhaps a tooth lost and forever irreplaceable because you can't afford dentistry. The stakes may even be so real as a heart attack. If you are able to end the game and rewrite the rules, you may be able to repair much of the damage, but be realistic. It's not a magic wand, and you're not getting any younger. Then again, perhaps you can, if your dream candidate puts Aubrey de Grey in his cabinet. Have you made a decision for the next round? Now for some plot twists. You are allowed to discuss your next move with the other player. No, that makes things too easy though. So we'll say you are allowed to discuss, but there are roughly 100 million other players. Majority rules, for the most part. Did or did not your vote just change? And what is your diplomatic strategy when discussing with the other players? An almost impossible situation. Let's pause here and ask what you would do if you knew this was just a test of character. If you cannot hope to influence others, what do you feel is more noble? To sacrifice your principles for the short-term greater good, or to stand by them for the hope of long-term, much greater good? There's one more rule of which you might want to be aware before making your final decision. With each new round, as long as the game continues, both options get worse. Instead of -3 or -4, round 2 may be either -4 or -5. That's right. Within as little as 1 or 2 rounds, the lesser evil may become as destructive as the current round's greater evil. The situation is grim. The choice is not easy. Some evil genius designed the system to be as nasty as possible for human players. In the end, though, we can say this: there is only one way out. The lesser evil is never going to embrace change and help you. There is no roll of the dice once he or she is in. They aren't on your side. It is their intent to hurt you. Get it through your head. The Democratic Party is not only your ultimate enemy, it is the evil genius that designed the system. How can you possibly play their game on their rules? Remember the time a giant alien robot landed on Earth and said, "Take me to your lizard"? You might have thought it came from a planet of lizard people, but no. It came from a planet of perfectly normal people who were ruled by lizards. It was a democracy, and the tyrant lizards could be voted out at any time. But if the people ever tried, they risked the wrong lizard coming into power. It all sounds ridiculous when we zoom out, when it's an alien civilization that can't see the simple solution. Welcome to my world. In 2016, Cornel West asked what would lesser of two evils voters do if they were faced with Donald Trump versus David Duke. I've yet to hear a satisfactory rebuttal to this hypothetical. And yes, the prison state architects for whom you're thinking of voting are that bad. I hope everyone watched the People's Party convention. Link in the description. In 4 years, I hope to run for their nomination. This year, I wasn't asked to speak, but here's what I would have said, given the opportunity. This message goes out directly to the establishment, to Joe Biden, to Barack Obama, to the Clintons. I've put a great deal of thought into this, so please listen carefully. I've constructed my argument to be as logical and concise and memorable as possible. Why don't you kiss the lesser of my two ass cheeks? Come on, don't let the greater ass cheek win. Most important ass kissing of our lifetime. And then, I just go on like that until they cut me off.